Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy C Breeze. Got my guys C and G. What's good, man?
What's poppin', y'all?
Yeah.
So, you know,
something new.
We started a new venture, you guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are familiar with Airbnb, but not familiar with Turo. For those that aren't familiar with it, Airbnb is the house version of Turo. Turo is the car version of Airbnb.
Easiest way to explain.
So basically, we ended up purchasing 4 cars back in October. And we've been renting them out on Turo, and we are going to tell you how that's been going for us.
Yeah.
So, starting off, we ended up purchasing. Let's talk about our problems before we get into it, because we had some problems. Every business has setbacks in the beginning, and I'll be real. It wasn't even because of like Turo that we was having problems. It was just problems. You know what I'm saying? It was just lifing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we buy the Touareg. We got a 2012 Volkswagen Touareg that we had bought first week of October. The day we get it, it goes on a trip for a week, comes back, everything's good. I get the car, and that day we happen to get the car broken into. You know what I'm saying? So they shattered the vent glass on the driver's rear window, and they shattered the whole trunk window. Yeah. Kind of a big deal, but not really a big deal because you could fix it. Problem was, it took 3 weeks for the window to come in. That's where the setback was, because that car wasn't available the whole month. Mind you, at the end of October, we had a vacation that was already planned, so we were already traveling that last week of October. So the Volkswagen didn't get no play that first month. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to the next week, after the Volkswagen's windows get smashed, we decided we're not going to just not make no money. Let's get 2 more cars. So we got a 2015 Hyundai Sonata and a 2011 Ford Taurus. So we figured we would make up, with those 2. We get ready to put the cars on the app. The Taurus is fine. However, the Hyundai Sonata has 3 recalls. Okay. And when did they tell us that we were gonna get our recall fixed, bro?
They told us we were gonna get our recall fixed in 2 months.
It was like December 19th or something like that.
Yeah, end of December, around this time today, almost.
Mind you, this is October 10th that we're talking to Hyundai trying to get it fixed. So they basically told us 2 months, forget your holidays, basically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with that being said, we still had the Taurus though, and that was doing pretty good. However, before Turo actually fixed the problem that we had, people were showing up without driver's license. They either didn't have them valid or they just didn't have them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we had instant book on, and that was probably a disaster because 4 trips in a row they just didn't have driver's license or they weren't valid or whatever the case was. So those were wasted trips. And then you know what I'm saying, I think it was the day before we went to Vegas, we bought the Flex.
Yeah.
Low key, I think we closed that night. So once again, we had the Taurus that was renting, but we had the Volkswagen and the Sonata basically on standby because one needed the window, the other needed the recall. So then we ended up getting another car, which was a Ford Flex. I believe it was a 2013 maybe.
Yeah, 13.
So yeah, we get the Flex, but we didn't post it because we ended up going on vacation the next day.
Yeah.
So we had one car that got rented for a week, and then we had the Taurus that had a couple people messing up our schedule because they didn't end up getting to go on the trips anyways, but I think it still did get a few days.
Yeah, it got a few days.
Can you let's see, how much did it make that first month? Because I know it was just off of, so $220 was all that we ended up coming up with in the first month, because of the 4 cars, only 1 was technically available for only 2 weeks. And then there was a setbacks with the people that were booking the car that weren't getting the car, took it off the app for other people that were available to book. So we had some setbacks on that. So first month wasn't really too good, I'll be real. Yeah. But then we get into November when we get back from our trip. So November brought in $1,289. When we got back from our trip, we finally, I think we got the window fixed the same week.
Yeah, we got the window fixed.
And then, so we had the Volkswagen and we had the Ford Taurus up. We were still waiting on the Sonata. However, we did get in earlier for the recall. Do you know when that went in? November?
That went in November, was like 19th, November 19th, around there. It was before Thanksgiving for sure.
I think it was like at least a week before Thanksgiving.
Like the 19th.
So we ended up getting the Sonata fixed a month early, which was cool because we still had it for the Christmas rush, but we missed the Thanksgiving rush with it. And then what else did we have? So we had an issue with the Ford Flex. I don't know how, because I had it set for your schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had a scheduling issue. We had it blocked off for certain days of the week, basically, but it kind of just blocked it off every day for some reason. I'm not sure why it did that. Excuse me. But it blocked it off for the whole day, or for the whole month. So it took us probably till mid-November to realize.
But we only pretty much blocked it for the 5 hours I was working.
Exactly.
So
5 hours a day for like 4 days a week, basically, is what it was supposed to be blocked. But somehow that ended up blocking it for the whole month. So yeah, fix that. As soon as that got fixed, it ended up getting booked. It actually ended up getting our biggest booking. However, we didn't end up going on that trip.
Yeah.
They ended up just booking in advance. It was like a $660 trip for 2 weeks. And they ended up canceling it probably, I don't know, a few weeks before the trip happened. Kind of bummed about it, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
We recovered though.
We recovered. It ended up still getting booked out. It's actually on a trip right now, a 2-week trip.
Yeah.
I believe for like $500 or something.
Deals.
Right. So then we get our window fixed, we get our recall fixed, we get our schedule fixed. So the last week of November, we had all 4 of our cars finally ready to go. Well, we did some other stuff to it too. We needed to place the backup camera.
Yeah.
So that actually, November, I think it missed out all November. Okay, we had some setbacks.
We had a lot of setbacks.
We had some setbacks, you know what I'm saying? The things that did it for us was the Volkswagen Touareg that basically saved our life. Let's see. So the Volkswagen Touareg, hold on. I don't know if it lets me like see just one car. I don't know how to do it on here. Dang. Okay, I don't know how to do it on here. I know on like the app it'll, boom. Not all of them. Boom. Okay, so the Volkswagen ended up bringing us $605 out of the $1,200. You know what I'm saying? I think that it was the Ford Taurus as well that brought in the rest.
That was the Tiguan, I think.
Yeah, it was the Taurus and the Tiguan together. Because the Taurus also brought in $605. Oh wait, what? No, that's the Tiguan. Bear with me. The Taurus brought in $432, and then there was probably a trip for the Flex as well. But yeah, so basically the Taurus and the Tiguan kind of kept us afloat.
Yeah.
Because we had cars in and out the shop. We had the Flex getting a backup camera installed, which took a little bit longer because the schedule was never really set and we didn't know when the parts was going to arrive. And then we ended up having to take the Ford Taurus in as well because a motor of the fan for the air conditioner went out. So we ended up replacing that. So those were like a week setback as well. So come to the first week of December, finally have all 4 cars with no problems, you know what I'm saying, running smooth, you know what I'm saying, and we're doing good. So this month alone made $2,000 off of the 4 cars. It's still more to come because there's cars that are still out on trips. So after this month we should be at about $3,500 for total earned, I believe, right? That's total. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's November and December. Yeah, so November and December combined, because we're just gonna scrap October. October didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? It didn't happen. So between just November and December, using 2.5 cars,
for real,
we came up with about $3,500. You know what I'm saying? With 2 cars that were in and out of you know, shops and just, you know what I'm saying?
Not consistent.
It just wasn't consistent where we had 4 cars readily available. You know what I mean? After we fixed schedules and after we fixed maintenance and cosmetic issues, we ended up with around $3,500. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I feel like that means
you're
that
paying for yourself.
It's working.
Paying for yourself.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, do you have any like stories or anything of any trips or experiences that you?
I mean, for me, it's the location for me. You know, the location, having a spot for your cars, definitely would. You got to think about it. So you got your personal car, then you got the rental car, and you got to figure out how to get that car to
playing musical cars.
Yeah, exactly. You're playing musical cars. You got to get a lift. You tell them how much lifts were.
Yeah, I will say, like on a larger scale, you know what I'm saying? You definitely need a location that you can have all of your vehicles, all your equipment in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? That's just a word of advice for future hosts out there. Because you can do it where you don't have a location, they're just at your house and you're taking them to drop off, but you will be walking a lot. You will be in any weather. I don't know where you guys live, but in Washington it rains and it's cold in the morning, and when you got to drop off a car at 6 a.m. and you got a 10-minute walk, it doesn't sound crazy, but it is crazy.
It is crazy.
And then especially when they come late and now your 10-minute walk turns into 10-minute walk and 30 minutes waiting in the cold rain. So definitely a location is probably better, more convenient, but you could do without one.
You can definitely do without one, but just be prepared for, the hustle and
for sure. Be prepared to walk and be prepared to pay for Ubers and Lyfts because they're expensive. Yeah. But be prepared to do that. Have you had any like super late people or early as fuck type people?
Oh my gosh!
Like,
so I got you guys. So I had a dude a couple days ago from Korea. So in Korea they do hourly rentals. So he wanted the car for about 12 hours. And I'm like, who rents a car for 12 hours? You're flying in 12 hours. Right. So when he gets there, I asked him, I was like, how's everything going? That was a fast trip. He's like, yeah, in Korea, we do hourly rentals. So sometimes I bring the car back in an hour, maybe 2 hours. But he came super early.
That's what she said.
I'm sorry. That was too good.
I'm sorry.
I should have said it.
He played me. He said,
brother. Dude came. I can't even say it.
Dude arrived early as hell.
Hella early, bro.
How early was he?
He texted. He texted us on Turo. I think he was ready 3 hours before the trip was over, and I'm like, man, and like my drop-off location is 30 minutes away from where I live, so I'm literally, I gotta drive. So yeah, so you're gonna get people who's gonna want to drop off early, pick up early, and you just gonna have to give them great customer service and get that 5-star every time. So
for sure. So one thing, like, because it's more so people being late than early for me. Early is cool, you know what I'm saying, especially for me because I'm just right down the street from where I meet people, so I can usually leave from where I'm at, go do that, and come right back. However, it gets inconvenient, obviously, when you're off of a strict schedule and people aren't showing up at the times. There's been times where, I think just recently, I had a 6 a.m. Pickup. I ended up, we were talking the day before, I'll see you tomorrow, all that good stuff, because you want to kind of, make sure everybody's on the same page. So we had that talk or whatever, and ended up like 6 a.m. I'm there, I'm waiting, nothing's happening, so I messaged them. The message doesn't get read or nothing. I'm debating if I should call them, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just like, I'll just give it some time. So 6:30 comes around, I message them again, because after 30 minutes you're allowed to leave and call it a no-show, no call, no show. So I'm giving them the benefit and giving them 30 more minutes. Mind you, I'm tired. I just went to bed at 2 a.m. and it's 6 a.m. You know what I mean? So I'm tired. I'm ready to go back home, go to bed. So 7 o'clock comes around and I'm like, okay, I'm going home. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to cancel on them because I know that they've already, you know what I'm saying? I know they were already looking forward to coming. I've already talked to them. So I'm in the middle of calling Turo because, I have to cancel it at this point because I don't want to have them book the trip and then not show up, but the trip continues and then it's just some stuff on our end, you know what I mean? So in the middle of the phone call to get the trip removed, they messaged me and said like they were going to be at the spot in like 5 minutes. Mind you, it's like 7:30 now, so it's a whole hour and a half later. You know what I'm saying? But luckily it was before I had canceled it, so we actually still did make that trip happen for them. And like I said, they gave us a 5-star review, so it was still good.
Customer service,
for sure. So we definitely managed to make it work still. However, it was a setback for me slightly, you know, because I was just fighting my sleep the whole time. But yeah, I mean, other than that, well, that lady that just a couple days ago, we can go on and on about some stories. I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna deal with people, so you gotta understand it's a customer service business. You're gonna deal with people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll be cool, sometimes it won't be. For the most part, as long as the car comes back, I don't care. It'll say you could be however you are as a person. I don't care. Bring my car back in the condition I gave it to you in, and that's happened every single time. So I can't complain about that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, well, shit. That kind of, you know, like I said, that kind of really wraps up our first year.
Last 3 months of the year.
2 months of the year,
months.
but our 2023 wrap up. You know what I'm saying? Ended up making about $3,500 off of about 2 months worth of 2.5 to 3, maybe 4 cars. It kind of ranged. You know what I'm saying? By the time January comes, we'll be able to give you guys more accurate depictions because, you know what I'm saying, this was our first month of all cars. However, it was a holiday month, so it's gonna vary. Yeah. January, February, March may not be the same as December. Right. But yeah, I don't know. You want to add something to that?
Man, pretty much, yeah. Just keep your cars clean. Give good customer service. You know, communication. You know, when they're texting you on the app. You know, accept everything if you're new. You know, there's nothing you shouldn't not accept. Accept everything. You know, that's true. That's my advice to the new Turo people coming out trying to. Yeah.
And then also just, you know, anybody watching this that lives in the Washington area or knows anybody in the Washington area, you can also find us on Turo at McBrooks, but we're offering co-hosting now as well. So if anybody wants to make some extra money with some cars that they got or some cars that they plan on getting, or you want help with a payment on a car you already own, whatever the case may be, we'll make a video later about co-hosting, about what's required, how you can get down with us for that, and how we can make you some money. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody loves money, so
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just like Raymond, you know. So
everybody loves.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. That's coming soon. We'll give you a co-hosting video probably next, just so that you guys can know what we're looking for, what Turo's looking for, and how it all breaks down. Yeah.
Super easy, guys. Let's do it.
Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on this Turo journey. We're gonna show you how to get rich.